So, hello everyone, and welcome to this round of Ed Talks. We are here today after being at Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, today at Chandigarh. And we are celebrating the 36th Canadian Universities and Colleges Admissions Fair and Workshop. And we have with us today Anurag Sandhu, CEO at Can-Am, who's also a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Hi, Anurag.
Hi, Ganga, and congratulations to you on the amazing 36 Canadian Universities and Colleges Admissions Workshop.
Yeah, 18 years, isn't it?
I
That's
know
so
18
cool.
years,
So,
and
congratulations
it's
to you too.
I know it's been a long journey and a very
Yes.
successful journey, and we hope to continue with this.
Absolutely. And today I have some hard questions for you.
Perfect. Yeah, fine. Now
Right.
shoot.
Okay. Their main concern is that of they read a lot of news, whether it's on Instagram or various news channels, about unemployment in Canada. So, question number one would be, why is there so much of unemployment? Maybe you could throw some light on that. And two, what steps should students take, before they're leaving or once they are in Canada? What kind of steps should they take to ensure that they are well equipped?
First of all, I would not want to go exactly by what's there on the social media. Social media is an exaggeration of what the real situation is, and very interestingly, there was a certain article, or rather, another thing which I read on the social media is that one person writing about the fact that most of the social media news talks, conversations, YouTubers who are talking about this matter are ones who are very well settled in Canada themselves, who are talking about it, and they don't talk about coming back to India or their home countries. So it's more like anything which is leading to more views. They want to talk something, and typically, negative news attracts more views, and that's why it's so much more in the news than about the good aspects of the country. So, but not to discount it fully. Yeah, there could be some of it could be my own personal opinion on how the matters are. I would say that certain tariff wars which are going on, and that has created some pressure on the local economy, and obviously trade a reduction in trade may have led to some form of unemployment that would have led to some issues on related to that matter. And then in the last few years, post COVID, little ease of temporary foreigners coming in, whether in the form of work permits or whether in form of students who continue to stay back. Canada was very liberal in letting people come in very large numbers, and they are sort of creating a bottleneck in the sense that there are too many of them there. So what Canada is doing right now, and is doing the right way, is they're finding solutions to that. And the solution is that some people ask me that, are there too many people? Is Canada going to stop issuing visas? No, they're not going to stop issuing visas. They may be having too many people in certain fields, but there is a shortage of people in certain fields, and those fields are where they're letting people in, and they're very clearly indicated that come and study in those programs, because in those programs only are we going to allow you to get a postgraduate work permit.
Right.
And those are the SIP codes of around 1100 SIP codes are there, which primarily are STEM programs: science, technology, engineering, maths, healthcare,
Healthcare.
agriculture, and related programs. And we have thousands of students from this part of the world who have an interest in that field, and still specifically for students from India who have a very strong background in math and who have a very strong background in engineering and sciences. For them, there's an excellent opportunity right now to look into Canada as an option, because there is actually a shortage of skills in that field, and Canada has also identified by the PAL system, or let's call it a quota system, as to which part of Canada that students should be headed to, and how many students or how many people should be headed to that region. So I feel there's a sort of a security net created by the system by itself, that how many people should go into what field in what part of Canada.
Right.
So I think it's a great opportunity for those people in that field.
So, you talked about visas. That's the other issue that most students are really concerned about, because they see so many articles in the mainstream media talking about, Indian students are 80% visa refusal cases or things like that. So, what are your comments on that?
See, obviously, the student, let's call it the liberal zone, or the liberal times of visa issuance, which happened in, say, post-COVID, those 2-3 years, gave rise to or gave birth to tens of thousands of agents, consultants, sub-agents across the world, and many of them in India, and many of them still exist, and students still go to them, and those people may not be as aware as they should be about visa policies, how to make a good quality application. They are used to the same concept of just compiling a few set of documents and making an application and getting a visa, because like I said, that's the period when Canada was a little too lenient in issuing visas, and now they are more. I'm not saying they're more strict; they are more onto the factual. Now they're doing the right thing, and maybe a little too much. I mean, they are a little too strict though, but still they are on the right path of selecting the right people. So those consultants are not. Many agents are not very well aware of it, and students are still falling into that trap of going to consultants who are not licensed, who are not aware of the system, and when they go to them, they are obviously going to end up with a visa application which is not of the optimum levels, and they're getting a rejection. And whereas you know that at Canada we are able to achieve a very high visa success rate, way beyond the market trends, and we are able to do that because we understand how a visa application should be made, how a right visa application should be made, how a genuine visa application should be made, how the document should be, put together, how it should be presented, what exactly should be, the student has to be guided right.
His whole story needs to come out.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I mean, and we've been doing that, and we've been doing it successfully.
Millions of experience we have.
We've been doing it successfully, and that's the reason why we are successful. So, so I would not say that Canada is rejecting 80%. The students are getting themselves rejected by going to the wrong agencies, the wrong consultants, getting the wrong advice, I guess. Yeah.
So now that you've talked about licensing, can you shed a little bit more about licensing and tell the students what is the advantage of going to a licensed immigration consultant?
No,
who is a licensed immigration consultant? How are you better equipped to guide than the others?
So I'm going to talk specifically to the Indian market. You know, like what happens is that like in India, and certain parts of India, like in northern part of India, which faces a lot of situations of fraud and or other matters related to international education or related matters to going abroad, or compliance issues. The government of India or the government of Punjab has a licensing system. They've licensed agencies that to operate as a study abroad or a travel agency or a consulting. Anyone dealing with foreign education or foreign travel has to be licensed by the government. It's a regulation, right? So that is regulation in terms to operate in India. But in case you want to operate in terms of applying for a visa, dealing with the, let's say, in simple words, to deal with the Canadian High Commission, then the control lies with the Government of Canada.
Right.
So the Government of Canada has its own regulation, and that regulation implies that the person who makes an application or guides the student or guides a person who wants to make an application of visa or any matters related to immigration and visas, that has to be that is regulated by them, and that licensing process is through bodies created by them, and that is what we are talking about. That is regulation by them. So people in India are not aware that it's not the Indian license which is they feel that the Indian license is enough. No, that's not it. Or having a company which is registered in India is enough. No, you have to ensure that are you approved according to the Canadian laws or not, because the visa is not being issued by the Indian government. The visa is being issued by the Canadian government, and that organization or that individual, not the organization, but that individual needs to be licensed by the Canadian system.
Right.
And that is what licensing is about, and that's we have at CanAm has me and as a RCIC, that is a regulated immigration consultant for years and years now.
Yes. So lastly, let me ask you about, are we headed towards a golden period for Canadian education again, for students as well as for the whole industry?
I wish I could look into the future, but I really hope so. I think Canada has a policy around maintaining a certain level of temporary foreign residents in that country at about 5% of the population. The population is around 41 million now.
Yeah.
And I think currently the temporary foreign residents are around 7%, and they want to bring it down to
5.
5%.
Right.
So right now they are on that level that let's quickly reach that 5% level of temporary residents and foreign residents. And temporary foreign residents includes students and work
Workers.
permit holders and
Refugee
even
claimants.
refugee claimants or even visitors in
Right,
there, right?
right.
So all those combined together, they are about 7%. Once they come to 5%, they will suddenly feel the need to increase the number of people that they want coming into Canada, increase the number from what they are right now. So that's why people are going into those programs which are leading to postgraduate work permit, which are aligned to CIP codes and all that.
Correct.
That's why many students are going to go there and finally find the jobs and settle in even now. But a year or two from now, I'm assuming that once that 5% is kind of achieved, then Canada will have to keep filling in the numbers that they're losing because of a declining birth rate and aging population.
Right.
So things will go back to what it was a few years back. And few years back was always Canada was considered the prime and the most attractive country to go study, work, and live in.
Yes, so that's it. So we are looking forward to the golden age, the golden period for international students and for all of us in this industry. So thank you all for watching. Follow us on all our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay updated on the international education sector, and see you soon.